So Christy, tell me, how did you find finishing the year last year?
So I found it really interesting, but could also be called overwhelming at first because I had to relocate back to Romania, where I'm from, and I had to finish the rest of the year from there. I didn't have any certain idea of what I wanted to do for my master's or if I wanted to take a job instead. Everything was really foggy in that area. I guess it was also because with everything else going on, that was just such a small concern. My biggest goal that year was just to finish university with a good degree. And even if I do it from home and just go from there. Quite a sad thing was that I missed to properly say goodbye to everyone, friends, teachers. It would have been nice to have that end of year closure that we never fully got. We never, after graduating, I was happy to graduate with a really high score, but I never got it to celebrate with my peers and my colleagues. And yeah, that we did it over Zoom, and it was nice. It was still very much needed, but I am still hoping that one day we can do that. So basically, my end of year and my before graduating, it was just focused on getting a good grade, graduating, but with no actual perspective of what I would be doing for master's. So that was later to decide. But what about you, Anna? I know you've been a bit more prepared than I have.
I think we were a bit different in that sense. I had luckily a job lined up from January, so even before the pandemic, which was quite nice because I got to just kind of focus on my grades from then on. But yeah, definitely agree with you about it being very weird, just uni kind of ending for us properly on a random Thursday or Friday, and not properly getting to say goodbye to each other. But I guess it's something, fingers crossed, we can look forward to in the future when things open up. But yeah, I luckily as well only had to relocate to like a different city, back to Birmingham in the UK. So it's a bit closer and a bit easier. So I really felt for all of you guys that actually had to travel so far and even get planes and stuff in the pandemic. It was really weird. And I think like if I'd known beforehand what would have happened this year, definitely would have tried to see everyone a lot beforehand. But it's been nice having things like Zoom, and everyone adjusts so quickly to kind of life online and being far away from each other. So tell me a bit about your job now. How is it going?
So just a small background would be that after graduating, I took a 4 or 5 months period to quite reflect on everything I've learned at UCL, what I've studied, what I've liked, what I can concentrate on moving forwards. And so after quite taking that time after graduating to actually have a good perspective of what I want to do from there, I decided that I would like to relocate to Denmark. And now I'm studying at an engineering faculty there at University DTU, it's called. And doing that, I've also started looking into jobs because it's obviously very important and also quite nice to apply all your knowledges to some degree somewhere. So I started looking for jobs and I applied for some. And I've been offered a role of product analyst. So it's within product strategy at a game developing company. And it's been a really, really interesting road there. They have some fascinating stuffs about the gaming industry and how far it has come, and their prospects for the future are great. And it's a very somewhat futuristic, but also always keeping you very exciting about what you're doing. So I am fully enjoying my job as well as my degree in Denmark. How about you? How have you been doing after graduating? I know you immediately started your new job. How did you find it?
Yeah, also, I'm very happy about your job.
Thank
I'm
you.
very glad you found a job so well suited to you and a degree. So that's nice, even though you took that time out. I think it was definitely worth it. Yeah, so I started my job in September with Schneider Electric. So I kind of got a couple of months just having a bit of a pause after uni and then diving into it. And again, they were really friendly with the onboarding process and stuff. Like, I think everyone was really confused about how things would carry on with the pandemic. And I'm guessing it's the same for you. You've been working from home as well during the pandemic. So it's a bit weird starting and kind of meeting all your colleagues online. But it was really good. It was nice to have kind of something to look forward to. And again, applying my engineering skills in the job that I'm doing. I think even though we both kind of ended up doing different engineerings, because mine's more like building management systems than gaming. But yeah, I think it's nice for both of us to be able to apply that. And hopefully, again, I'll meet some colleagues in person in the future, maybe get back to the office one day. But it's been interesting post-graduation. But yeah, looking forward to what we both have.
So maybe tell me something about like one specific aspect of the job that you're enjoying or one thing that you're working on currently.
So I really like actually going onto site visits and to see kind of what customers, how we could get stuff into customer sites or what customers have of ours. We focus on like kind of making buildings energy efficient. That's just one part of what we do, but that's the bit I'm in. Making buildings energy efficient. And for me, that's always been something I was really interested in uni, and I focused my dissertation on that.
I remember your last year project, yeah.
So it's nice to kind of have that transition into seeing how it's done in real life as well, rather than just kind of researching on my computer for a dissertation. So yeah, it's always very like energy efficiency focused here, which ties in very nicely, obviously, with electrical engineering, which is what we did. How about you?
I think so far I'm quite new at the company at Unity Technologies, but we are working on the platforms for which games are developed. So as a product strategist, we are looking exactly at the company's future goals and kind of where they meet the company goals and also align to the values that we have as a team and as a company. And it's quite interesting to work in product strategy and more the management oriented instead of fully technicality that we were used to at UCL. I enjoy both, but I also find management quite an interesting subject, and it can be so thoroughly discussed and so important to all the tech companies worldwide. And it's definitely somewhere where I found that I'm completely interested in that area.